Hi there, I'm David.
And I'm Con. David, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, we thought we'd take a break from digitising old vintage videotapes.
Yep.
And I'll just pop those aside.
Oh, what do you got there? Surprise.
A film can. So
Okay, what gauge is that?
it's 16mm.
Yep.
So I just thought it's a good opportunity to let everyone know that we can facilitate the scanning of motion picture film and stills as well. But this is an interesting one. This came to us from the Channel 9 Melbourne archive.
Oh, wow.
And it's from 1976. So I think we'll open it up.
Yep.
Have a look. We'll just be patient with me here. We just need to go very slowly.
Yep. I see you're wearing gloves. Why are you wearing gloves?
Well, I think that's standard practice, isn't it? As a
Yes.
sign of respect for...
You don't want to get fingerprints on the film, yeah. Yeah.
So I should just point out, we have actually scanned this to 4K. So if anything happens, it's all good. We've got it all backed up. There's an old cue sheet there.
Yep.
Okay, now I've opened this up and I can smell straight away the scent of vinegar.
Okay, is that the notorious vinegar syndrome I keep hearing about?
I believe, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I've heard the expression before, and now I can pretty much verify that is what it smells like.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make some noise here, so I might not talk while I'm managing all this plastic. Okay. What we have here is there's two rolls here.
Oh, I was wondering why you've got two rolls. Are they both the same? What's one, what's the other?
One is the roll of film that has the imagery on it.
Yeah.
And the other one is a separate soundtrack.
Ah, a magnetic 16mm.
I believe that's what it is, as opposed to what the news crews had, which was the strip on the...
Oh, on the side of the film, like the Super 8 magnetic sound strip.
So these are separate reels, and they would have been synchronised.
Yeah, so that reminds me of this old Steinbeck flatbed editors. They used to have maybe two or three reels either side. So one would have been probably the sound reel, which you've got there. The other one would have been picture. And if you had three, the other one probably was an A and B roll.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Well, look, this is for a current affair.
Yeah.
So this is like a news sort of...
What year is that?
Well, it's 1976. So,
Wow.
so it's virtually 50, I'll say 50 years old. And it's scanned quite nicely.
Yeah.
But smelling that vinegar, I'm not sure if that's the audio.
No,
tape.
I think it's both.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
So for all intents and purposes, this has been saved and it's been digitally transferred. The film's been scanned at 4K.
Yep.
So we've scanned it, overscanned it, so we can see the sprocket holes.
Yeah.
It's about an air race.
Okay, you've scanned the film, but what about the mag stripe?
Wow, that was a bit of an effort, and
Really?
that took a bit of research, but we found a place that does do it.
Ah, right.
And I took a little bit of footage.
Yeah.
When I was
got it
getting it
here.
done.
Yes, I will play it.
Okay, so that's the roll of film going through.
Wow,
And-
that's a tall machine.
And I should point out, I generally don't approve of vertical videos, but I think grandfather clocks and this apparatus are the rare exceptions that can be filmed in that way.
Wow, that's fascinating. So you managed to get the audio off the magnetic stripe film, and you managed to get the vision off the film.
Yes.
So you ended up marrying the two together?
We have indeed, yes. And also I should just point out, if anyone's interested, that this is reversal film, not negative film.
So that means what you shoot on the day, and once you process it, is the final viewable image. It's not a negative that you then have to put onto a positive.
Yeah, and you can't manipulate it, the levels.
Ah, right.
Like you can now. Like everyone talks about this dynamic range that can match film, but it wasn't reversal that they were talking about. It was negative. So this is reversal.
And reversal only has really about 6 or 7 stops, if that.
Okay, and in the day, this was standard for TV stations, the news crews and long-form current affairs stories. This was all completely normal.
And to be honest, Four Corners and 60 Minutes, they kept shooting and editing on film way,
I think,
to the last minute.
I think well into the 90s. I know 60 Minutes were well into the 1990s.
And I believe the reason they did that is because if a late-breaking interview or story broke, they could easily splice the film and add it in.
Okay.
Whereas tape to tape, it wasn't that easy to do.
What an era, transitioning of the technologies. So anyhow, look, this has been a success. And I might just gently pop it back in while we talk, and so we don't get any more plastic noise. But I think we've got to that just in time.
Yep.
So I'm happy with the result there.
Now, before we go, we should play some of the films you've digitised if people are curious to see what's on it.
I think we should share this.
Shall we mention something about the first clip? I think it's the reporter is
Kate Bailliue.
Yep.
Well, here I am, current affairs most reluctant aviator at Jandakot Airport. And I guess there's no turning back now. When I agreed to go on this race, I half-jokingly said to Mike Schulberger I'd only do it if he could ensure that there'd be a bottle of Dom Perignon waiting for me at every stop. Well, guess what was sitting smugly in an ice bucket waiting for us when we arrived. Now I suppose I've got to go on to Forest to see if there'll be one there too. And chilled, perhaps? Anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look and see who's here today.
Wow, that's fascinating. From 1975.
1976.
1976.
And I'm impressed. It was a long read. She's a very good journalist.
Yeah,
Should have been great to work with.
Now, I believe we've got another clip where we can show here, and this is from a famous female aviator. Do you want to?
I know, and I didn't sort of realise until I watched this back, and I thought, actually, we'll have a play it, and I'll just explain.
All right. And
Nancy, most women your age would be taking life a little easy now. What keeps you up in the air in these tiny little planes?
Well, on this occasion, this Dick Smith that I'm flying with, he's the grandson of an old friend, and he invited me to fly in this race and actually lent me this beautiful aeroplane to get a conversion on and become a co-pilot on. And that was too good an opportunity to miss. I just had to pull up my socks and get out there and fly.
Wow.
Okay.
What's her story?
Well, when I heard Nancy,
Nancy,
I think I filmed something with Nancy, a famous aviator.
Yeah.
And so I went through my archives.
Yeah.
And I found this.
Oh my goodness.
So
Is that her?
I believe it's her. And I covered her book launch.
Ah, is that where you got... And it's signed too by Nancy. Wow.
It says 1996. I'd have to go through my diaries to find out exactly what day, but that was not planned. That is total coincidence.
Wow.
And I read it at the time, but it's a long time ago, but it is an interesting...
What's she famous for? She's one of the first pioneering...
Well, there wasn't a lot of women flying planes back then. There's probably not a lot now, but...
And I think she mentioned 1930s she was flying.
Yes, absolutely, according to this. So what a great record to have Nancy on film and hearing her.
Yeah. And I believe we have one more humorous clip to show before we go. These are two English gentlemen flying in the race. Let's have a look.
John, do you think there could be any cheating in the race?
I certainly hope so. We're planning to.
What sort of dirty tricks could people get up to?
We're sort of lowering their tyre pressures, changing the maps, or perhaps putting up little signs like we did in car rallies. Jellicoe Jack Murray and I once on a Round Australia car rally sent half the field to Birdsville. Now, Bruce and I are planning to do something similar.
Do you think it helps?
Well, that reminds me of the great race,
I was thinking exactly the same. And Jack Lemmon.
And Jack Lemmon.
Yeah, and Peter Falk.
And Peter Falk was in that.
Yes, he was in that. Now, did we mention the overscan, how it's not filling the screen?
Oh, no, we didn't. As we saw there, the film, or you can see the sprocket holes. Yeah. Why is that?
Well, we just scan it at 4K, and I guess that just gives the option for the future. You are future-proofing it. I guess in a 4K timeline, you would just drop there and crop out the sprocket holes and the vignetting.
So, David, final thoughts?
Well, I'm relieved that's done, and I'll be returning this back to the archive. But just interesting, it's quite entertaining, and that could actually just be put on TV tomorrow, and I would watch it. It's quite engaging, and it's historic.
It is historic. I mean, Nancy Bird's in there.
I know, and she's they're interviewing pilots who obviously fought in the Second World War, you know, so some interesting combat pilots there. But from our point of view, from the crewing point of view, film. Okay, so the magazines were 11 minutes long, so they had to manage the film, be kept cool, so they would have had a lot of challenges on this job, and certainly no video splits, no wireless monitors,
no colour viewfinders, even black and white viewfinders. It's all optical viewfinder.
And the sound recorders, I would say by that piece of camera, may have had a one radio mic, maybe. Otherwise, it was going to be, you know, booming. And I think the crew did an excellent job. Well, the crews of that era were highly skilled, and of course, the big one is, they worked for a few days or whatever it was, and they actually still didn't know that everything was okay until they got back.
That's right. You had to process the film to know if it turned out okay. The colour temperature was right, the focus was right, the exposure was right. You really had to know your stuff to nail the exposure, and your light meter was your friend.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, for the camera operator, you were not going to have a nice relaxing sleep until you got back home and you knew everything was okay. So I'm impressed all around. I'm impressed it survived. I'm impressed with the crew's work. And I feel quite fulfilled that, you know, we actually have saved a bit of history here and digitised it, and it's ready to watch. So
if people have films out there that they want digitised or preserved for posterity, like we have done this one, they should get in contact with you. Not
just the broadcast stuff, but we can do 8mm, standard 8mm, Super 8, 16 and 35, just in case you have any Super 35 home movies. But please reach out, and of course tapes as well. So.
Well, David, thank you very much for that presentation. We'll catch everyone on the next episode.
Thank you.